Outlaw Sports is brought to you by Molson Canadian, made from Canada, and Rocky Mountain Barbecue, Alberta barbecue cuisine at its best.
Well, we're talking earlier this week, Grant, and you kept wanting to sneak into the topic of the Goon, the tough guy. Are they making a comeback? I know the Calgary Flames, and again, they were a soft team. They went and got Brian Mcgrattan to just kind of add a little toughness to it. Now, is he going to change the chemistry, or is he going to make a difference on the scoring sheet? No, but he will give them a little more breathing room. So, the question I'm asking you, are tough guys making a comeback, or do you just see this from one spot to the next?
You know, do you like giving Don Cherry a lot of credit? I don't. I always feel
I don't mind.
Okay, well that's okay, because didn't he say about a month ago or so, the Flames' problems, they don't fight?
Yeah.
He said that.
Yeah.
And I hated to hear that. But I kind of understand why he said that, because they are soft and they don't fight. And you get a guy like Mcgrattan, he fights and the team wins. So I think there's some merit to that. And I think what it is, have you been on a team or with a group where you know you've got this guy? It makes you feel different, more so than what you do on the court or on the ice or on the field, right?
Yeah.
You just know you've got him. You kind of play bigger.
It's kind of like that condom you have in your
Mcgrattan
wallet in grade 7. You could use it if you wanted to.
That's quite the analogy. That's quite the...
It's still there in grade 10. It's got a dust now. But
when I see Brian Mcgrattan, I'm going to bring that up. You are like having a condom in your wallet, and it's a grade 10. So to me, I don't know if Brian Mcgrattan long-term can add a whole lot on the ice. Yeah, he belted Sedin around and Garrison around and got in a fight with, what's his name?
Sestito.
Where's he from? Guadalajara?
Tom Sestito.
Guadalajara? He's an American, I guess.
Yeah, he is, and he used to play in Philadelphia.
So anyways, if Mcgrattan makes the guys feel tougher, feel stronger, that they can do stuff on the ice, then that's great. I don't like seeing these guys back in the game. I rather see the Brandon Pruss, the Sean Thorntons, the Lucics of the world excel.
Fair enough, because you look at someone like a John Scott who's bounced everywhere in the league, and now he's with Buffalo. Yeah, and you know, right now Toronto, I mean, they just traded Mike Brown to Edmonton
because they had too many tough guys.
Well, they've still got 3, so they're still pretty tough. But and I can understand. So when John Scott goes on the ice and he knocks the hell out of somebody, you know, they're feeling pretty great and they're feeling pretty brave. But you put him out there too many shifts, and all of a sudden you're counting the goals against you. That's what you do. Right now, he's the prototypical Goon. He can't keep up. He can't play. He's not good enough.
So does that tell me, did I interrupt? Because that tells me your team's not that good then. Your team isn't that tough if you need a guy like that.
Well, if you just don't have, if it's not in your makeup, and Buffalo really didn't have any guys. And see, Buffalo to me built this team a little bit, and I think that's why Montreal went and got Brandon Pruss to compete against the Boston Bruins. To me, that's their Stanley Cup for Buffalo when they beat the Bruins, and they've done it twice this year already. So he puts the fear of God into people, but he can't score. But Jody Shelley's the same way in Philadelphia.
The top 2 teams in the East, Montreal and Boston, do not have a Goon. Brandon Pruss is not a Goon. Sean Thornton's not a Goon. They're on the cusp.
Oh, sure.
They're on the cusp.
Sure.
But they can play a little bit. They agitate. They're physical, and they can fight if they have to. They piss teams off, and they're great leadership skills in the room.
The Lucics of the world, Grant. It's funny. There's a lot of people.
He's a good power forward,
man. And the way he can handle the
puck. Thornton aren't in that category.
No,
That's I shouldn't have said him. I should say Preston Thornton.
But he's that kind of, you know, he can play it all, right? He's
like a Brendan Shanahan.
He is, you know, and he's developed his skills so he can skate better. And the way that first line throws that puck around and him being part of it, it's pretty amazing.
But the point being is that Montreal does not have a brawler, and they are leading the league. Now, will it take them all the way? Who knows? That remains to be seen. But looking at what we see right now, you don't need that kind of team, that kind of guy on your team, unless you're a weak
Why
team.
did Vancouver go out and get a tough guy?
Big surprise to me.
Yeah.
Big surprise to me. I guess to protect the Sedins. That is the big concern after Mcgrattan went after one of the Sedins,
yeah.
Henrik or Daniel, one of those two,
yeah.
And he hit him in Calgary on Sunday, that they're concerned the Sedins are getting pushed around.
Well, when did that come? That happened in the Stanley Cup.
And they're trying to protect them.
Yeah, well,
protect them.
Okay, but this guy that they got in there, I mean,
can I jump way over here?
Sure.
Does Vancouver impress you that much?
No, not this year.
But people are saying they're built, they've got their team right now. This is a team, and Vancouver doesn't impress me.
No.
If you're bringing in a goon like Satito
Yeah.
or Hasito,
Sacito.
Hasino, the guy from Guadalajara, you bring him and you
Sacito.
can't be that good.
Well, you know, Philadelphia
Losing
always.
Kessler doesn't help again.
Yeah, Kessler out, and that's for sure. But it just, you know, when, what a tough guy does, or when you have a group that plays tough, it keeps the yappers, like the Burrows, and the,
Good point.
you know,
they say they do as much of their work on the bench than they do on the ice because
Yeah.
they can yap the other team. Nick Fotiu
Max
is one of the best the
Lapierre,
Flames
yeah.
ever had in that respect. He played a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Feared.
yeah. The best non-fight ever, Nick Fotiu
Yes.
and Marty McSorley.
Yeah, right.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
Just,
Staring. They're probably saying, why?
but there again, it goes back to Cliff. He would do what it took to get. He needed a tough guy to equal what Edmonton had, and they had some
Yeah.
tough guys.